Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. Here, let's go. There we are. Alright, so we are in a number 8 Angel Numerology Day. I call today successful because to me, when you have an 8 day, you have abundance and prosperity. And it's talking about the choices that we make on a number 8 day are favorable. 8 has the energy of success, the insightfulness of success. Works with the King of Pentacles, King of Discs, or King of Earth, depending on what tarot deck you're using. And it invokes the energy of Archangel Ariel and Archangel Jophiel, who, to be honest with you, I call those the pink girls, because Archangel Ariel is a very pale blush type pink, and Archangel Jophiel is quite a lovely deep pink. Now this is not a coincidence, but as I was shuffling the Angel Affirmation deck by Radley Valentine, this card came out. So I'm going to start with the Angel Affirmation card first, from Archangel Jophiel. Call upon me when you need help managing your negative thoughts so you control the story you are manifesting. Everything's a vibration, my friends. Here's your affirmation. I have complete control over my thoughts. I choose to create only happiness in my life. That is a really tough one for a number of folks to get their head around. Choosing to create only happiness in our lives. That to me is a wonderful example of what success truly is. And the question that we can ask ourselves and ask other people, particularly if you are a leader, maybe you have certain community groups, people that you are in front of a lot that could use some inspiration, some motivation, basically a lift. Ask the questions. Choose to create only happiness in my life. And I think you can very quickly ascertain and quickly identify, just with ourselves, but also with those people in front of us, around us, about us. Even if you ask a question for conversation, what does choosing to create only happiness in your life look like? And do you know when you're not choosing it? Do you know when you're choosing something that isn't going to make you happy, but you're going to do it anyway? And I hazard a guess that it has to do with people pleasing other people, particularly people that we love. And that's really a really tough challenge. Now I've got this card over here that the angels, the fairies gave me first thing. I was shuffling, as I do, shuffling in the energy of the day, shuffling in my intention to inspire, lift and bring joy and happiness to people when I get on here. And of course that one flopped out. They call them jumpers, and many card readers look for a jumper before they read cards. I'm not one of them. I think whatever's meant to come out will come out. Whatever message I'm meant to get, I get, and I just fly with it. What else can I tell you about today's Divine Daily Blast? The moon. We're in the last bits and pieces of the moon. We're going to have a new moon coming up next week. I was out this morning early and saw the gorgeous last quarter crescent. It was just so pretty, just sort of like hanging there in this really delightful shape. But tune into the Taurus moon energy today and stay as emotionally steady as you possibly can. A tricky situation could become painful in the beginning, but it could end up being something that you heal from, particularly if you're using this choice to only choose happiness. Like, sometimes I face adverse situations that don't go quite right, and that can also mean a mood. I mean, I can be in a not so happy go lucky upbeat mood. I come in here and it helps me lift, particularly if I wake up that way, which hasn't happened in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I woke up and I was in a foul mood. I really can't. Anyway, let's move on. My isms. I am successful, and I can add to it, I am choosing to create only happiness in my life. I have complete control over my thoughts. I am on the right path. I would say to, but of, the best divine benevolent outcome. Thank you, Vicky Loper. She has a wonderful benevolent outcome prayer, basically calling to the divine and saying the best benevolent outcome is now available to me in all ways, all shapes and all forms. So be it, so shall it be. Enough said. My services are needed and will be gladly received. Oh no, my services are needed and will be received with gladness. Same thing. Katumi has been with us all week long, and I had said at the very beginning, like on a Sunday when I change these cards over, I tend to give an overview of what these divine masters mean, and I like calling them in, particularly now where there's so much going on around the world, not just in the area you live in, everywhere. Katumi is an initiatory experience is what he is invoking. The general message of Katumi, who was part of the initial Theosophy group that was brought here by a woman by the name of Madame Blavatsky, I think her name was, just really sort of the early parts of spiritual religious practices, basically initiating a more sacred relationship with divine intelligence. And this is why I think Katumi's with us this week. Also, Orion, asking us to invoke our angelic activations so that we may have more of a connection to not just the spirit realm as far as angels, guardian angels, but fairies, aliens, all life forms that in essence mirror us. Many of us have heard this expansion from three-dimensional energy to fifth-dimensional energy, which has been witnessed by folks who want to study more about that. How can you think about something, feel something, get a sense of something, and it manifests? Well, the ethers are bringing it. We're mirrors. They are close to us, allowing all of these gifts to come, particularly if they're gifts of a higher nature, not so much, well, I'd like a Mercedes. If you're not vibrationally aligned with a new Mercedes car, that won't happen. Excuse me, it won't happen. Right, let's get into Gertrude and Beatrice, who have brought us, I would call this a beautiful card. Our fairy queen, godmother of the world, heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. Protect and nurture your ideas the way you would a baby. For some reason, this to me works with the Divine Mother Mary, works with all of creation, could sort of really quite easily be the High Priestess in a tarot deck, and you're getting a sense that, you know, everything is sort of connected, relatable. this new beginning and the fairy godmother card, it's like brings in joy. It's wonderful news coming. The aura of happiness, the aura of celebration, the aura of precious dreams and wishes that will soon impact all of us. That feeling that, wow, I did not expect this when I turned the corner. I did not expect this when I got over the brow of the hill. It's a bit like the spell of protection from Mother Earth, from our heavenly fathers and mothers, right before they birth new ideas, right before they birth a new Earth. So if this message doesn't directly apply to you, then perhaps you're going to hear somebody close to you who's going to tell you either they're having a baby and you're like, gosh, I just got on a call this morning and I just listened to this and this is what was happening, or there's a brand new opportunity coming. You might find that you're involved in a new project that pops up for you. Either way, this card serves as a message that you can be your own fairy godmother if you want to. Imagine that you had the power to make your own dreams and wishes come through. Just like Glinda, who was in the Wizard of Oz, just when she reaches down and she explains to Dorothy that, you know, you've had the power within you all along. That, I think, is the reason why my fairy godmother, our fairy godmother, this fairy godmother flew out of the deck this morning on the day, it's a number 8, on a day to remind us that we're successful, where Archangel Jophiel popped in and said, listen, I'm going to help you manage your negative emotions. I'm going to help you manage your stinking thinking, because success, you know, if I'm looking at a road and I'm coming up to a fork in the road, like a yield thing, like, you know, you can go this way or you can go this way, I would say this reading today looks like you've got two choices and you're going to have to choose the one that makes you happy, the one that you feel like is the greatest journey you could take, and you're going to feel it in here. And when you take, oh, I got goosebumps, thank you. When you take that step, or when you maneuver your vehicle, whatever you want, I'm talking about in your mind's eye, when you maneuver yourself into that, I'll call it a lane, if you will, that route, it feels, oh gosh, so good, so great, so wonderful. Now, there's the other part, because we always have a choice, that you could say, I'm not ready for that, don't deserve that, what about my friend, what about this person, that person, the other person, blah 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 blah. That's real. And when I'm bringing that up, it's because we have to pay attention to those negative thoughts, because if they involve other people and you are still concerned with what this one, that one, the other one are going to say, or they're going to do, or how they're going to react, there's still work to do. You also know that when you don't take opportunities that fly up in front of you, that come and say, oh, look, I've got this for you, come on, let's go. And you don't listen to those great, bright, bubbly people that make you giggle and laugh out loud, and you don't follow that, there's still work to be done. I'm hoping I'm making sense to you. It takes courage to be that authentic, to lay down those boundaries, to follow this incredible, it's the love and the light of the Creator. You call that God, the Divine, Mother Mary, whoever you want to call it. That is following the breadcrumbs of your purpose, because the other road is a road you've been on many, many, many times, and you've got down into that road and you've had to climb back up over all those rocks, through all those brambles, through all those scrapes, through all that stuff, It reminds me of Julie Andrews singing that song. What is it? No, it's the Nuns. In the Nuns, when she's talking about how do you solve a problem like Maria, and they're talking about her scraped knees and all that stuff in the song. Incredible how Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote such incredible music and put it on film. Quite wild. All right, I digress. That's it from me for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably a brand new master and a brand new activation. And I will do my navigation for the week ahead. So please do stay tuned for that. Until then, be successful. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, I love you. Bye for now.